I was right outside of Charleston, South Carolina, and in this vision, I was in a duplex. And there was a woman taking pictures at the bottom. It was very beautiful. I could see the city, real clean, nice city, clear day. And I looked over to the right, and I saw a bridge, and the bridge had a big interstate sign that said Charleston. And I knew, well, I'm near Charleston, South Carolina. It must be across the bridge. Well, I didn't know there were bridges connecting there. I had no idea because I never preached in Charleston. And all of a sudden, I saw a dark cloud forming. I said, oh my goodness, there's trouble coming. And the lady's out taking pictures, and I'm trying to hit the window saying, get to safety, get to safety. Turn back, and I'm at the bridge. I see two things at once. I see the Twin Towers ghosted come up out of the water, the Twin Towers. So immediately I'm thinking, okay, is this going to be a terrorist attack? Are they going to be able to do what I'm about to see through a terrorist attack? And I can't answer that. I think military men could answer that better than I could, because I really can't answer what I'm about to tell you. Is it natural, or is it made by an explosion underwater? I don't know. I saw a tsunami. I have never seen waves. I'm trying to see in the building if I could see. Yeah. Probably up to the top of that arch at least. I do know this, it hit the bridge. And when it hit the bridge, it was with such force. And I don't know if they put explosives under the bridge, but it was like a combination. That whole bridge collapsed. And it was so high, it was coming right into those duplexes to the second story. Mm-hmm. And I remember grabbing, and in every one of these, Jim, and I'm being as serious as I can be, in every one of these, there's been at least 10. I'll tell you 3 of them. I'm always grabbing water and food. One home I'm in was in Baltimore, Maryland, and I said, oh my Lord. They said, well, all of a sudden there's water in the streets and it's getting higher. I said, you've had a tsunami. It was Chesapeake Bay area. And we're running upstairs, and I said, grab every snack you can and bottle of water and go upstairs right now and fill your bathtub and sink up with water because it's drinkable. So I'm telling people to fill your sink up, fill your bathtub up, make sure you've got water, because there's going to be, if that happens, the water gets bad. You don't have good water to drink. Then I saw one on the West Coast, and just the other night, and I'm going to go ahead and name these individuals because they're close friends and they have confidence in what I say, that this is not flaky. The tsunami dreams happened every 2 to 3 weeks for over a year. And by now I'm about to go crazy. I'm thinking, God, what is this about? I mean, there's a shaking coming from the East Coast and water's coming that way, but there's something on the West Coast, water's coming that way. And when it does, I mean, the last one I had about California, I saw it coming in so high that we were in cars trying to get up to the mountains. Now, this is how real it was. And we went up, I don't even know where we were. We were in Orange County somewhere, but we got up a mountain. Mm-hmm. And I got out of the car, and the next thing I know, I'm in a woman's house, and she happens to know my ministry from TV. She sees me outside, and she says, are you Perry Stone? She says, oh my God, come in here and look at the news. And she was able to get satellite, I guess. And I saw the Fox News Network with helicopters on the news. And they're saying water is everywhere. Buildings are underwater. There are bodies floating already. This was horrible, Jim. And in the dream, my wife was with me. We do go to California and preach, by the way. Believe me, I pray before I go there on those trips. I mean, really, after having this, you don't know, But in every dream, and some of them were visions, it's the same thing. The water comes into the area very heavy, and I'm always screaming at people, get water and food and get to the top. Go to the highest place you can go with water and food. Now, see, some people... I know you have food supplies and they're in barrels. Now, I'm going to tell you something that you don't know. You've never heard me say this. Nobody on TV has ever heard me say this. None of my partners have ever heard me say this. But in my dreams, I see food in containers that can float. The reason I don't like to name places is because I'll get 500 phone calls. What should I do? No, you should listen to God.
That's right.
This is where you have to learn to hear and
That's
pray.
right.
God don't want everybody just moving all over the country.
Right.
Because tsunamis have come and people have
Tsunamis
survived.
are coming.
They're definitely coming.
They're coming.
I can put my hand on this book and tell you, I used to see things and I wouldn't talk about it. I would tell a few people enough to know. I'd say, now, here's what's going to happen, here's what's going to happen. And it would happen. They said, Perry, why didn't you tell other people?
Yes.
So now that things have happened, like the 9/11,
Yes.
the Ulrich thing, that the death of bin Laden, 2.5 years, God tells me Bush is going to be president. Now that this is happening, I'm a little bit more bold to say, okay, I know when I keep seeing it
Yeah.
that I'm not crazy.